Hello. Hi. So I'm going to read from the paper. Sorry. My name is Dana Maman from Israel, and I'm an activist in the Israeli social movement. The social movement is an activist group that was founded by the leaders of the social protest in Israel. The protest began out of an event on Facebook calling people to pitch tents in Tel Aviv Central Boulevard protesting against the high housing prices. The Facebook event became very popular, but still, come July 14th, the date of the event, no one believed this event would last more than a day or two. The reality was different. On that same night, dozens of tents were pitched in Tel Aviv. And within a week, dozens became hundreds and hundreds became thousands. The tent protest spread out to 120 tent camps all over Israel. The people went out to the street during the summer. We were in discussion groups, lectures on economics, politics. It's really difficult that I can't see you, by the way, just so you know. So we went to lectures about economics, about the welfare in Israel, about mathematics, about everything. We really listened to a lot of lectures, and we know much more today than we knew a year ago. Together with this, we had music performances, and we had street art, and we did many things on the street, as you can see here. So together with all the daily life on the street, every Saturday night, we were on a mass demonstration. Every week, those demonstrations attract more and more people, until in the biggest one, 500,000 people marched on one evening. It is the equivalent of 360,000 Slovaks on one rally. It's like 19 million Americans in one rally. So, we were asking ourselves, and I'm asking myself, what touched and moved so many Israelis? What got us out on the street? The only answer I have is hope. It's hope, and it's faith, and it's the courage to believe. In the year prior to the protest, the Israelis were in a state of despair. We started to think that this was just the way things are, and that there is nothing we can do about it. Out of this state of despair, believing that things can get better takes courage. It takes courage because this belief can easily turn into disappointment. It can easily result in a heartbreak. Believing things can really change takes the same kind of courage as falling in love, I think. It is like standing in the middle of a river, each foot on another rock, and realizing that the only way to get out of the river is to lift one foot and hope you will find a better place to put it. You don't know if your next move will take you to safety or carry you down the river. As in love, so it is in revolution. There is no choice but to be bold, to dare. Last summer, the Israeli public grew courageous. We allowed ourselves to believe that things could get better, that things could change. We went out to the streets and to make this change. And to our surprise, we found out that we were not alone. We found out each other. The combination of faith, hope, and courage, together with our unity and solidarity, made us irresistible and unstoppable. These are my friends, my close friends from the social movement. I spend about 20 hours a day for the last at least 6 months with these people. So the social movement is promoting social justice in a number of ways. We initiate social campaigns, we organize mass rallies, we establish activist groups, and we founded the Social Lab. So the Social Lab is my personal project, defining its vision, statement, and bringing it to action. The lab is the ideological branch of the movement, a sort of revolutionary school, if you wish. The aim of the lab is kind of to take the revolution, the protest that we have been, the aim of the lab is to take the protest from its current state, and take it to the next step. So we want to be more accurate. We want to know more. We want to have a better strategy. So the lab is operating in 3 levels at the same time, actually. The first level deals with the identity of the society we want to live in, with the values that we want to nurture, and the standard by which we would like to live upon. When we go to work or go out with friends, our values and standards are often put aside. It shouldn't be this way. Our values should be the glasses through which we look at the world and according to which we operate. This is what it means to have an integrity, a social and personal integrity. The second level is knowledge. The program includes expanding our knowledge about the political situation, about economy, about education and health system, the media, and other social aspects of life. The third level is the toolbox, which includes practical methods of creating social change. We create a smart and sharp revolution manual that will be able to change our society. The lab is not just a theoretical program, but also a practical one. The best way to learn is by action, to use your brain, but also your hands, your feet. And therefore, we learn to act, receiving feedback and constantly improving. While dealing with social justice, we ask ourselves what kind of activist we wish to be, and what kind of politician we wish to see in our parliament. Not only what kind of values they should hold, but what kind of character is needed. While having this discussion, someone noted that someone like me might be too sensitive for a political action. This led to an interesting debate regarding the meaning of strength and the different kind of expression of it. First of all, it's true. I am very sensitive. Most of my life, I even thought I was too sensitive. I experience other people's pain, be it physical or emotional, and I cry easily. But let me share a story with you. Last winter, I went out of campus and I saw the security guard. He was wearing a coat and he had gloves on his hands, but it seems like he was freezing. It got me so sad and furious, I started crying. I mean, tears went out of my eyes and I was tearing. But again, being furious led me to an action. So the first thing I did, I took the phone and I rang to the secretary, then the maintenance. Then I got to the president of my campus, and I demanded that the conditions that the guard has will be better. I didn't let go of this subject. They tried to push it aside. It's okay, he has a jacket, I did not agree to accept this condition, and eventually they do. They got better conditions. They have a tent on their head and they are warm. It made me think about if being sensitive would stop me, if being sensitive in my eyes or tearing would make me just go home and, go inside my bed, then it will be weakness. But sensitivity is not weakness. Actually, I think being vulnerable has led me to the most courageous act I've ever done. In Israel, this issue of being strong or weak is critical. Just so you know where Israel is. Israel and its neighbors are caught in a conflict ever since Israel declared independence in 1948. From the day we, the people, are born, we are told that we have to be strong because our survival depends upon it. I think it's true. Israel has to be strong, and its survival truly depends on its strength. But what about the future of Israel? Israel's future depends on its sensitivity toward our neighbors and to the minorities in Israel. Palestinians and Israelis should have the same set of moral values, coexist and prosper together, rather than invest in fear and violence. I believe peace with the Palestinians is possible. I believe peace with all the countries around us is possible. And I'm scared to think what will become of us if we will stop believing in it. The social protests managed to incite the faith that things could be better. I truly hope that it can revive the faith that peace is possible. Some people ask me if I really think that we can bring forward this change. No one knows if we will succeed, but right now I would rather live with strong, solid faith than with doubts and fears. Dedicating every minute I have for the social protest, for promoting a just society, is fulfilling more than everything else I've ever done. Devoting myself to activism, together with a strong belief in the path we are taking, is allowing me to jump out of bed every morning and giving me great joy and satisfaction. Earlier, I spoke about sensitivity. Pop quiz? Do you remember what it was about? Nah, kidding, I'm not asking. Okay. So, allow me to bring it up again. Personally, I don't like using firm and rigid methods with myself. I'd rather be kind and gentle. And so I found out that if I consider who I will be in few hours or days, be considerate to future Dana, I can achieve great things and avoid discomfort. Just like, you remember here with the alcohol? Friday evening, Saturday? So all I need to do when I'm on Friday and thinking about drinking another drink is saying, okay, Dana tomorrow morning, will she be happy with this extra drink? I don't know, maybe it's okay, but maybe not. It's actually working amazingly. I started being on time. I started to think that I would rather enjoy the road than be in a hurry and be on the thing on the car, the beep beep. So it's really working well. It's kind of thinking that instead of doing, I should have done that, just do it. It's an interesting way to deal with it. So, while working toward my vision, a vision of society, country, and life I wish for my family and myself, I'm making sure to preserve successful moment in the present time. I don't know I think you have it, I checked on Google. You have the television show called The Weakest Link, right? Do you have it? Yes, okay. So, on that show, after they succeed to answer the right answer, they have the possibility to put the money in the bank. By doing that, even if they fail the next question, they don't lose the money they earned so far. I really like this concept. So if I manage to come prepared for an exam, if I did the best I can, then this is a success. Bank. The result are less relevant at this moment. This success I keep. So if the teacher gave me a very, very difficult exam, then I will fail, and the result, of course, is important for me. But before that moment, I had bank. I had a successful moment with myself. So, studying well and coming prepared for an exam was not in my nature. When I thought about studying law, I didn't think I had what it took to finish an academic degree, not to mention a joint degree in law and government, and yet I decided to study, decided to dare and face that challenge. Sorry. The first step I took was addressing studying as my opportunity to do it, to prove to myself that I can. Each time I wanted to get off the chair, I listened to myself, acknowledging my desire to run away and do everything else but studying. Slowly, I realized what makes me want to run away and what is allowing me to settle down into my studying. I realized what is despairing and what is encouraging me. Realize where my motivation is coming from. And I found strength to study sometimes even 27 hours in a row. It was not an easy ride. It is still a struggle. But the fruits of this journey are worth it. I earned priceless insight and perception about myself that I can do it. The perception is opening new horizons for me and for my future. The ambition to just get a diploma turned into an aspiration to excel. From the point of not believing I could, I'm about to graduate a joint degree in law and governance with excellency. All I do is listen to myself and be true to what I hear. I don't argue with the reality. I just challenge it. I'm feeling very lucky to be living my dream, to take part in such a meaningful time in my society, and to have the opportunity to influence it. Thank you.